Welcome to VNT. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. It was a typical Friday in Silicon Valley. Engineers coding, VCs talking disruption, CEOs sipping kale smoothies. The air buzzed with the usual energy, ideas bouncing off glass walls, and the promise of innovation hanging thick. No one suspected that in just a few hours, the entire tech world would be thrown into chaos. Then, at exactly 3:30 p.m., phones everywhere buzzed with a shocking news alert. Notifications lit up screens in every office, cafe, and co-working space, interrupting meetings and sending a ripple of confusion through the valley. President Trump had just signed a proclamation, an unprecedented $100,000 H-1B visa fee, effective in just 36 hours. The announcement was delivered with trademark bravado, catching everyone off guard. Imagine you're Priya, a top engineer from Bangalore, suitcase packed, with a dream job offer from Apple waiting in California. You've spent years preparing for this moment, your family cheering you on from home. Suddenly your dream is clouded by a fee the size of a house down payment. The future you worked so hard for now hangs in the balance, threatened by a number on a screen. Across the globe, similar scenes unfolded. Hospital directors, university heads, and research labs, all blindsided by the news. Panic and disbelief spread as leaders scrambled to understand the impact. The move was classic Trump, loud, disruptive, and timed for maximum chaos. Immigration lawyers' phones exploded with calls from frantic clients. HR departments scrambled to make sense of the new reality, searching for answers that didn't exist. For thousands who saw America as the pinnacle of opportunity, one question echoed in their minds. What now? Dreams and plans were suddenly on hold, futures uncertain. This wasn't just a new fee, it fundamentally changed the equation for global talent. The rules of the game had shifted overnight, leaving many to wonder if the American dream was slipping out of reach. The cost of entry to the land of the free had just skyrocketed, putting it further out of reach for countless hopefuls. And nobody saw it coming. The scramble had begun, and the world was left reeling, searching for answers in the chaos. What is the H-1B visa? It's America's golden ticket for global talent, letting U.S. companies hire foreign professionals in specialized fields. Each year, only 65,000 visas are available, plus 20,000 for those with U.S. master's degrees. Demand far outstrips supply, so it's a lottery. Tech and Indian nationals dominate. In 2024, 71% of H-1Bs went to Indians, with Amazon, Microsoft, and Google leading the charge. But it's not just tech. Hospitals and universities rely on H-1Bs to fill critical roles. Before, the employer's cost was a few $1,000s. Now, it's $100,000 per application. For many, that's a deal breaker. The stakes for companies and workers have never been higher. The rules of the game just changed overnight. Let's break down the new rule. As of September 19, 2025, any U.S. employer filing for a new H-1B must pay $100,000 upfront per person. This targets only new applications. Current H-1B holders and pending cases are exempt. The fee is on the employer, not the worker. For tech giants, it's a hit but manageable. For startups, rural hospitals, and nonprofits, it's a wall. The result? Only the wealthiest can afford to hire global talent. The rollout was abrupt, just 36 hours notice. A possible exemption for some doctors was mentioned, but for most, the message was clear. The door just slammed shut. This wasn't a policy tweak, it was a shock to the system. The future of global hiring in America was instantly uncertain, the impact was immediate and severe. Why do this? The White House says it's to protect American workers. The claim, H-1Bs have been abused to replace U.S. workers with cheaper foreign labor. The $100,000 fee, they argue, ensures only truly exceptional talent gets hired. No more routine outsourcing. It's not a tax, they insist, but a regulatory fee to curb abuse. The message, America first, even if it means fewer innovators and doctors. Critics say this is a blunt instrument, treating a Nobel laureate and a junior coder the same. The policy doesn't distinguish between abuse and genuine need. It's a firewall, not a fix. The collateral damage, innovation, healthcare, and academia. The backlash was instant and fierce. Within hours, the news had ricocheted through boardrooms, universities, and research labs across the country. Shock quickly turned to outrage as people realized the scale of what was at stake. Major industry groups, from chipmakers to the Chamber of Commerce, sent a joint letter to Trump. This fee will cripple our economy. They warned that the policy would disrupt supply chains, slow down hiring, and make it harder for American companies to compete globally. Tech CEOs warned it would stifle innovation and shut out the world's best minds. They argued that the US has always thrived by attracting top talent, and this move would slam the door on the very people who drive progress. They reminded everyone: Google, Tesla, immigrant-founded. The backbone of Silicon Valley is built on the dreams and ideas of people from every corner of the globe. Universities were outraged, warning of a brain drain as top researchers look elsewhere. Academic leaders feared that the US would lose its status as the world's premier destination for education and discovery. Imagine a cancer researcher choosing Canada over the US because of a $100,000 fee. The prospect of losing life-saving breakthroughs to other countries became all too real. Even labor unions joined the lawsuit, arguing the policy favors the rich and blocks everyone else. They said it would deepen inequality and shut out working families from opportunity. The opposition was broad: tech, academia, unions, all united. For once, groups that rarely agree found common cause in defending America's future. This wasn't a targeted fix. It was a wrecking ball. The policy threatened to tear down decades of progress in a single stroke. The US risked losing its edge in science, medicine, and technology. The fear was that innovation would dry up, and the brightest minds would simply go elsewhere. The message from critics: you can't buy innovation, and you can't wall off talent. Progress, they argued, depends on openness and opportunity, not barriers. The policy's reach was sweeping, and almost no one was spared. From students to CEOs, the impact was felt in every corner of the economy. The outrage was bipartisan, and the consequences, potentially generational. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle voiced alarm at the long-term risks. America's reputation as a magnet for talent was suddenly in jeopardy. The world was watching, and the stakes had never been higher. While the US slammed the door on thousands of highly skilled workers, shutting out innovators and dreamers from around the world, Canada rolled out the red carpet, sending a clear message: talented people are welcome here. For years, Canada has made it easier for skilled immigrants to get visas, offering a streamlined process that values expertise and ambition. Sometimes, approvals come in just 2 weeks. Their system is points-based, transparent, and rewards education, experience, and language skills. It's all designed to attract the very talent America is now turning away: engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs ready to build the future. Canadian tech hubs like Toronto and Vancouver are booming, fueled by this influx of global talent and fresh ideas. For Canada, this US policy is a gift, one that's helping to build a new generation of innovators. Recruiters are already targeting those whose American dreams just evaporated, offering them new hope and opportunities north of the border. For global talent, the choice is clear: face US uncertainty and endless paperwork, or head north for opportunity, stability, and a chance to thrive in a welcoming environment. Companies are rethinking where to build and invest, weighing the benefits of a more open and predictable system. Why set up shop in the US when Canada welcomes you with open arms and a clear path forward? The US risks not just a brain drain, but a corporate exodus, losing both people and the companies they help build. Canada is poised to become North America's new tech magnet, drawing in talent and investment from across the globe. All thanks to a self-inflicted wound by its southern neighbor, a decision that's reshaping the future of innovation on the continent. The legal fight was inevitable. Just weeks after the announcement, a coalition, healthcare, universities, unions, filed suit in federal court. Their argument: the president can't impose a $100,000 fee without Congress. It's an illegal tax, not a regulatory tweak. They're seeking an injunction to block the fee while the case proceeds. The future of the H-1B program, and America's global talent pipeline, hangs in the balance. If the court blocks the fee, things may return to normal, but uncertainty will linger. If not, the new reality could reshape US industry and academia for years. The stakes: billions in economic activity, thousands of careers, and America's status as an innovation leader. The Trump administration is betting big on America first. The outcome will decide if that bet pays off or backfires for a generation.